Hey friends, hey fam, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to week 2 of Preptober and my 5 a.m. writing challenge. On Sunday, October 8th, I made it to my desk at 5:52 in the morning, and that's okay. A win is a win. We started the day working on the plot. While I figured out a lot of things that I need to do and need to happen as a general, I only added 373 words overall to the outline that I'm working on. So here's the thing. My version of my outline is over 6,000 words at this point. And I believe we got closer to almost 8,000 by the end of this week. But on Sunday, I sat down and really did a lot of brainstorming in terms of figuring out what are the things I wanted to show my main character doing and within the story, just in terms of maybe like setting and her actions. Like, what is she doing to impact the plot? And because she's a travel writer, I do want part of her story to be her actually traveling to work, because I feel like that's something that I just want to see in a book with a travel writer. Like, I would like to see them actually doing the traveling and all that jazz. So I want to incorporate a couple of those scenes. I also started listing out some things that I needed to research a little bit for to make her career feel authentic, and some things that I'm thinking about doing with the world building, I want that to feel authentic. And so I started making a list of things to potentially research, and I also threw some links into my Notion Hub template that I have for this. Overall, I walked away with a lot of questions, and I was totally fine with that. I did a lot of tweaking and kind of just figuring out what the plot A is versus the plot B. Even though this is a vampire romance, I feel like it's going to be like, I don't know, I want to get balance in the story, and right now I feel like I'm focused more on the overall plot of the story than the romance arc of the story, at least at the start of the week. So overall, Sunday actually ended really well, and I just spent the rest of the afternoon and the rest of the day thinking over my entire story. So on Tuesday, I primarily focused on my main male character, Carter. I know I've been saying this, but I still don't know if that's going to be his name because it doesn't really feel right. But on Tuesday, I sat down and I focused on his backstory and his overall character arc. And I came up with a lot of good things. I like the things that I learned about him as a character. I like what I put together for his backstory. I'm really looking forward to writing his perspective and capturing his voice, even though I'm still trying to get a little bit of an essence of what that is. I feel like after spending time with this character on Tuesday for the whole time that I was sitting down to write, I feel like I came away with a lot, and it allowed me to also build another list of questions and add kind of to the things I need to do to fill out his character. And so they're going to be, of course, some secondary characters I'm going to add that are related to him, and some research that I have to do that pertains to his character and his occupation. And so I'm looking forward to that. And overall, yeah, I like Carter's character, even though I don't know if I like his name. And I'm looking forward to writing him because, I don't know, I think he'll be a great fit for Mallory. And as I'm figuring him out, I'm figuring out where him and Mallory fit, how they fit, and the kind of romantic scenes and things that need to happen to bring them together and make their romantic arc work. So working on his profile on Tuesday was really, really helpful, and I'm really happy with the things that I came away with. So again, on Friday, I did write on Wednesday, but I didn't record it. I was too busy trying to offload the previous day's footage, and I didn't have space to record because I record on my phone. So that's a lesson learned this week. But otherwise, between Wednesday and Friday, I was focusing heavily on the outline portion of my document. And my document really is just a long running Word document that I have slightly organized with some headers that just helps me jump around the document, and it's like somewhat organized enough for me to read, but probably not super comprehensive to anyone else, which is just fine. But I really focused on the outline of the story itself and just kind of writing out some scenes, seeing if I liked the idea of them, the purpose, and trying to get a feel for the flow of Act 1. And I don't know why, but I feel like this book is going to be like a part 1, part 2 situation. Don't quote me on that. It's just how it currently feels to me while I'm trying to figure out the plot. But we did add a lot to Act 1, and I came away with a few ideas for the opening chapter. In trying to figure out the opening chapter, I'm doing a couple of different things. I am allowing myself to have an idea for more than one kind of opening chapter, and I am toying potentially with the idea of taking time to draft out multiple different kinds of opening scenes and seeing which one I like best, and kind of going with that and seeing which one like helps me capture the vibe of the story better. So we'll see on that, but I did walk away with a lot of good ideas for the opening chapter. And now it's about figuring out just which way I want to lean, and still looking for that thing that feels like it's missing from the story overall. So yeah, overall, Friday was a really good day. I spent, I think I actually stayed at my desk until like 8 o'clock, and that's only because I had to stop working to go walk my dogs. But over the 2 days that I didn't record, I started making a checklist of things that I wanted to get through by the end of this month, in terms of being prepared or feeling prepared for NaNo. And most of it focuses on getting clear on the romantic arc points for my love interest, as I think it was Friday or maybe it was Thursday, I came to the conclusion that there might be more than one love interest, and I don't think it's necessarily a why choose. I don't really know how that's going to go yet. It's just an idea. But yeah, I just started making a Preptober checklist over the 2 days that I was working on it, but not recording my writing sessions because I didn't have the space. And basically the checklist mostly focuses on getting clear on my romantic arcs, getting clear on a little bit more of the side characters' backstories, because I'm also going to be focusing on the kind of like mini character arcs and friendship arcs that are going to take place between my main female character Mallory and her friends, as their secondary characters in the book. So Friday was a really cold day in my office that morning. So do ignore me looking a bit like an egg. It was be warm over everything, because I actually think I changed what I was wearing like 3 or 4 times, and at one point was wearing like 2 sweaters because it was so cold. And they hadn't turned on the heat yet. So I was cold and I was freezing, but I was really on a roll when it came to the ideas for opening scenes that I was having, some character details I was having, getting rid of things I know don't work, and just continuing to add to my growing to-do list of things that I want to have mapped out by the time I head into NaNoWriMo. Just because I think these small things will help me, just move through the drafting process a little bit easier. And there's small things that I don't want to have to worry about in the midst of drafting, because I don't want to have so many brackets. So that's what I focused on. It was a really great day on Friday, and I walked away with a lot of good feelings. and our outline word count ended at 7,222 words, which was great. So Saturday, October 15th was another late day to the desk. I do say late in quotes because, again, the point is just to be getting up and prioritizing writing. And Sunday was another day where I just kind of read through the document and kept adding to the list of things that I wanted to get done and figured out by the end of the month. And overall, the list isn't that long. It's about 2 pages and it focuses on really good things. But Saturday was the last day of my week and it went really well that morning. It was another freezing day in the office, of course. But overall, I feel like I had a really good week. I like everything that I've added to the outline. I've been having a good time adding everything I have and, figuring out my characters and their arcs. Some other things that I've been doing for NaNo throughout the week is also like building my survival kit, and I've also decided to dedicate one day a week to biting reviews and kind of like dating my project. And I think those days are going to be Sundays for me, so I think it sets a really good precedent for the week. Yeah, I think it would be beneficial for me to spend one day a week with my book, especially right now as I prepare for NaNo. So I've also been putting together my survival kit, and ultimately after this week I feel like I walked away with at least one of the missing pieces for the story overall. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to work out. I'm really hoping that I can pull it off when it comes down to it, but I feel good about what I've walked away with this week. And I think overall this week I would rate it a 5 out of 7. I made it to the desk 5 days out of the 7. I didn't get to record all 5 of those days, and that's just a takeaway for the week, to just get more on top of clearing off my memory on my phone and the video clips a lot sooner. But anyway, I rate this week a 5 out of 7. I feel really good about it, and I'm looking forward to week 3 and filling in all of the missing pieces and just tackling a lot of this checklist. And yeah, overall, week 2 of my 5 a.m. writing challenge and week 2 of Preptober have gone really well. And I'm glad of the work that I'm getting done. It is hard getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not gonna lie and say there are days where I absolutely do choose to sleep in and arrive to my desk at 7 or 6, because sometimes I'm just tired. Getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning is an adjustment, and I'm allowing it to be that. So it's working out well for me. I'm hopeful that it will continue to work out for me as I keep working towards NaNoWriMo and my deadline in December. So I hope Preptober is going good for you. I hope you're getting all the things done and prepping for NaNo your way. Even if you aren't participating in NaNoWriMo, let me know what you're working on. I would love to know how things are going for you and all of those kinds of things. So let me know down below in the comments. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sticking around to the end, and I will see you in the next one very, very soon.